Hello Year 3, this is your lesson number 3 for Talk for Writing for week 1. We're going to start this lesson reading a story. It's called A Walk in Paris. Hello, this is me and that's my granddad and we're in Paris. We've just come up from the metro. I wonder what all those crates are for. You'll see, promises Grandad with a smile. They're full of fruit and vegetables. It's market day in the square. Shoppers like to visit their favourite stalls, Grandad says, chatting and asking questions while they choose. I get some tasty cheese to try. We walk down a street where the houses lean together, to one where they stand apart. This kind of road is much newer, Grandad tells me. It's called a boulevard. It's really wide and busy. We'd better cross quickly before the lights change. There they are. I've just seen a street cleaner turn a big key. Now there's water gushing out of the curb. Mind your feet, Grandad, I say. We have these special taps all over Paris, the other man explains. They give us water for cleaning right on the street. The boulevard leads to a square where everyone stops. It's very well known, says Grandad. People often meet their friends by the fountain at Place Michel. Or Michel, I'm not actually sure how you say that. Round a corner we find the River Seine. What's that big church on the island, I ask. Do you remember? It's the Cathedral of Notre Dame, Grandad replies. Would you like to climb up and see the view? We have to wait a long time, but it's worth it. It's lovely and breezy up here. Grandad points out some landmarks. The tallest building we can see is called the Eiffel Tower. We make our way back down to the ground and over another bridge. Paris has 2 islands, Grandad explains. This one is the smallest, Isle St. Louis. We settle down close to the water's edge. A boat passes by, so I wave. Grandad laughs. Don't fool, he says. We've crossed onto the right bank of the river. Paris has style, don't you think, says Grandad. I think there are lots of ways to wear your hair. No wonder I'm hungry. It's 1 o'clock. We find a cosy bistro for our lunch. Then we're ready to explore. This is a giant doorway. It has to be big enough for horses and carriages, says Grandad. That's how people travelled years ago. We turn down one street and then another, and I think we might be lost until Grandad points to a strange-looking building. Here we are, he says. Let's go round the front. Do you remember what this building is? It's the Pompidou Centre. And look, it has all its pipes and escalators on the outside. I think it's formidable. We walk down a street and come to a window full of cakes. Which one would you like? Asks Grandad. That one, and that one, and that one, I say. We turn into a courtyard with a pyramid in the middle and rows of grand tall buildings round the side. A tour guide is talking to her group. This is the Louvre Museum, she says. Its treasures include a famous painting called the Mona Lisa. I can see the Mona Lisa, I say. It's on a poster over there. There it is. We rest in the Tuileries Gardens. Grandad enjoys his favourite view, while I make a friend. Then Grandad says we need to find a metro station. We listen to some cheerful music as we wait for our train. Where are we going? I ask Grandad, but he won't tell me. It's a surprise, he says. The sky's getting dark when we come up from the metro. Grandad buys me a souvenir from a kiosk by the station. Do you remember the Eiffel Tower? Grandad says. We saw it from the Notre Dame. I look up. Ta-da! And find myself face to face with the real Eiffel Tower. It's enormous and fizzing with lights. We stay till the end of the show. Can we come back to Paris one day? I ask Grandad. I'd like that, he says. When I get home, I'll make you a souvenir so you can always remember our walk in Paris. Merci and au revoir. The end. So I hope you enjoyed that story. I tried to show you the illustrations because there are some really nice illustrations here, and in real life this book has lots of little facts about Paris in it which are really nice, and maybe I can show you on a different time. Right now though, I'm going to share my screen, so I'm going to take you to the lesson PowerPoint that I've made. Here we go, and put this on slideshow. I hope this is still working. Good. So we read a story about where some characters went on a walk through Paris. I'd like you to imagine that you go on a walk through Paris and then you write a postcard home to your family. So postcards look like this. On one side there is a picture of a landmark of the place that you're visiting, and on the other side is your writing and an address. So imagine that you've been on your own walk around Paris and you're writing a postcard to your family. Tell them what you visited and what you thought of it, what you ate and drank. Did you sit in a bistro for your lunch? What did you like the best? How you feel? Are you happy? Are you excited? And what are you going to do next? Often in postcards people write about the weather, so maybe you could make up something about that as well. So here you go, this is how you need to lay out your paper. What you could do is take an A4 piece of paper, fold it in half, and then one side, and then it will be about the same size as a real postcard. One side you can draw a picture on of somewhere in Paris, and the other side lay it out like this. So half of it needs to be a letter, start with dear and end in from, and answer all the questions that I've asked in your information, in your writing, and then the other side is the address that you're sending the postcard to. Okay, so I look forward to seeing your illustrations and your pictures and your postcard writing on Tapestry. Okay, good luck year 3.